Hey family, welcome back to One on One with Cut 950. If you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. For everybody else who's been joining us for a while, you already know what time it is. Another amazing video review, this time featuring my guy Anton Daniels. Title of the video is called Democrats Are Destroying Us in Chicago. Woman goes off on Charlamagne, Roland Martin, and Steve Harvey. Like I said, this is going to be amazing. Y'all see I got the glasses on right now. Man, it's been a long week, long 10 days of filming. Project is complete. I might throw a little snippets in there behind the scenes, stuff like that, but I can't give too much away right now. But you can see my one eye is messed up because of the hard work and the dedication that you got to do to make an amazing project. So I do my own stunts and everything else. I might put on one of my patches on another video. So it looked like I can play who I can play on Shields. Look like I can play my guy on their video, Samuel Jackson character. What's his name? My head just went blank for a minute, but I already said it already. I was getting called that all day when I had the patch on. Wife said these glasses crooked. I can't see out of one too good, but we're gonna do what they got to do. So let's go ahead and jump into this video, man. Like I said before, we appreciate all the support. We appreciate y'all from like, sharing, and subscribing to the channel, helping us grow, helping us be able to almost get into the position to reach out to some of these figures out here and get some amazing interviews. So we appreciate y'all for joining the channel. That would help a lot. And just continue to just like, share, and comment on the videos. That'll help us get out there a little bit more. Let's go ahead into this video by Anton Daniels. Let's go.
At this point, this is who needs to get canceled. We need to cancel D.L. Hughley. We need to cancel Roland Martin. We need to cancel Steve Harvey. We need to cancel class. Everybody who tried to lead us into a burning building. We're Chicago Red. We are all over the media, all over everywhere. This is what we are going through, telling our story. Jessica Jackson telling how the Democrat Party is stealing people's property. Zoe, time and time again, we have been on every council meeting talking about showing how the Democrat Party, especially in Chicago, is stealing Black people property, how they're putting all these illegals in our neighborhood, pushing us out of our homes, and giving them all the resources, all on the backs of trying to tax us. We didn't vote for these people, but we have to suffer the consequences of people who vote just blue no matter who. We got to suffer the consequences of their actions. And
like I said before, man, this woman right here is speaking her perception, her views, and she's a Chicago native. So she lives out there. And I'm just proud of Antoine right now. I think he is in Chicago, and maybe he don't speak about the things that's going on in Chicago like that as far as what I watch. But that's not his field. His forte is more financial freedom, stopping things before they happen when it comes to relationships and stuff like that. So he's skilled in a whole lot of other areas, but I guess crime and stuff like that, that's pretty much my background, law enforcement, stuff like that. That's not his passion. His passion is stopping things and helping us progress when it comes to financial freedom and relationships and stuff like that. But this woman right here is speaking facts. She's going to cook, and I'm going to just go ahead and let her cook, but I am proud of him for actually showing this. These stories right here, the people speaking out. I seen some of the council city meetings with people outraged at the mayors and all these city councils for not doing anything. But sadly, the media today doesn't show or shed a lot of light on these situations that's occurring in our neighborhoods and, in our cities. So we don't think that it's relevant to us because we're not seeing it pushed on the media more and more. Every now and then you might see a little clip or something like that. But generally, I think he talked about this before, Antoine, that Chicago is known for death. Atlanta is known for the homosexual activities as far as the church and stuff like that. But it's not known for Atlanta. Like I said before, I used to work at Georgia Bureau of Investigations, but as head of security and stuff like that, operations. But Atlanta, I used to walk past a sign every day by Midtown almost, or going by what it is, Centennial Park. They used to have the stats always that it's one of the highest rates when it comes to people of HIV and stuff like that, or other transmitted diseases. We already know the number of women outnumber men in Atlanta, especially straight men, like 13-1 or something like that. So, it is a struggle out here for great women to find great men because it's a low crop of men in Atlanta due to ulterior lifestyles and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and let this woman cook.
Uneducated actions because they choose to use identity politics and because they choose to use race to get people in office, all while knowing that they're not qualified and knowing that this is going to be the detriment to the Black community. Now, Roland Martin prides himself on being a Black journalist and having a Black news, a Black journalist and whatever, media company, Black media company. D.L. Hughley pride himself on, being a Black man with a Black radio. Steve Harvey.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, she's naming everything that they pride themselves on, but are they?
Marketing teams waiting on final.
But are they speaking about these issues and these things? No, they're not. And I think they're doing it for a specific reason. They can't talk about it. That's just my own personal belief that these figures can't talk about certain things.
Now, Chicago Flips Reid have been in the meetings. We have been going. Everybody has been going viral from just us going and showing what we are going through. We have been going viral, and everybody from the YouTubers, number one YouTubers, the Fox News, all the news stations, they're covering us. Ask me this: you all don't find it strange that not one Roland Martin, you on YouTube? Not one of these people have asked Chicago Flips Reid to come and talk about what's going on. We are Black people talking about Black issues, talking about what's really going on in our neighborhood, talking about everything we are going through as far as being taxed out of our homes. Our homes are being taken, stolen, and they're putting illegals all in our neighborhood, pushing us out. This is what we have been screaming. This is what we are shouting on the rooftop. This is what we are fighting for. We have an idiot Mohawk wearing Mayor Brandon Johnson who don't care. Yes, he's Black and he's a Democrat.
And you know what? She's absolutely right. I'm going to just tell you. I had her on my show. I had her on my morning show. And she's absolutely telling the truth. She's 100%. Shout out to Danny. Danielle is her name, and I'm going to definitely link her back in the description of the video because I want y'all to really understand what these people is going through, and I'm a heavy supporter. And see, isn't it funny how they don't have ulterior or alternative opinions from other Black people that are experiencing the very thing that they're pushing them on? And I'm talking about the Steve Harveys, the Ricky Smileys, the D.L. Hughleys, the Joy Reids, Roland Martin, all of the people that accepted payments from Kamala Harris because they were getting, well, not even just say Kamala Harris, from the Democratic Party because they're basically getting paid to push oppression and to push the plantation mentality that comes from the Democrats on you. Meanwhile, none of them will ever in any way, shape, or form have any of these people, including Charlamagne, or have any of these people that's actually on the ground in the streets, that's losing their homes, suffering, got businesses, are successful, husbands, wives, they are part of the police departments and all of that. The police don't support them and all of that. But meanwhile, they'll sit here and push this nonsense on you when you have people that are directly in the fight showing you at the city council meetings. So you're telling me that these people don't deserve some visibility? They don't deserve to have their story told? At the very least, you can debate them and say, okay, well, how are things going? Well, you know what? I don't believe what you're saying. They're in the midst of it. They're in the fight. They actually dealing with one of the bluest cities that basically is going bankrupt, that is facing $1 billion 1-year budget deficit and has been in the deficit perpetually every single year, even during the pandemic. They've been in a budget deficit while at the same time funding and giving hundreds of millions, even close to over $1 billion in resources and direct money and contracts to these mythical companies that nobody knows who owns them, who runs.
And like I said, Anton is cooking right now. He's a numbers guy and stuff like that. I don't know too much about the numbers like that. That's why I say he's a financial, expert in that field when he's talking about financial freedom and stuff. So he pulls the numbers for all that. I myself would look into the crime data and stats and stuff like that. So y'all want to go into it. We already know what they say about Chicago in in and out. But I'm gonna do another video about it from another Chicagoan. I think she actually had the video showing inside the city council and they going off on the mayor. Maybe that's in this video, but I don't think it is. But I mean, this is facts right here. This lady, she's sharing her experience, and I guess Antoine is not in Chicago, or he's there, but he's not experiencing the same thing that normal Chicago citizens are, because he has a little bit of financial freedom and money and things of that nature. But it's real out there. She was cooking when she said D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, these major platforms that they have. Why haven't they had the voice of people who actually are suffering because of whatever claims it is, whether it's immigrants, whether it's finances, whether it's the cost of inflation going on out there, the jobs, everything else. Why haven't none of these major platforms, Roland Martin, whoever, showed any of these people's stories or highlighted them in their platform? Because it's not what they're supposed to do. It's not what they're meant to do. They don't make money off of showing these stories that is what people call sob stories, but it's reality. It's how we lived our life, and it's real reality, not the fake reality they try to present to us. I do believe in immigration, because there's some countries out there that they just doing when it comes to Haiti and things of that nature, that I think, being in law enforcement and working for the government all them years, I believe that we can take care of anything that's going on, especially when all the gangs was taking over Haiti. They assassinated the president, everything else like that. I'm going to replay that video that I did years ago. I'm going to edit it, put it out, and then just put the warning and stuff like that. And hopefully they don't get copyrighted and stuff like that. But I have to play it, do a video reaction, and see, hopefully, that it actually go through. I did a video on Candace Owens, and she was talking about Diddy and LeBron James and everything else like that. And they kind of put all kind of warnings and stuff like that on it, like it wasn't monetized. So that means it's not going to push it out. So you can look at that video itself. And I guess it's certain things that you still can't talk about, or they don't want pushed out there to the masses because of whatever reason. But just stuff like that, I guess they don't care too much about. But we need to keep pushing it out like that, shedding more light on it, because we are the media these days. We're not reporters per se, like these guys who go to school and journalists, stuff like that. But it's only a rare few journalists, in my perception, that actually do their job the way it is intended to be done. They don't hold bias towards anybody. They're just there to speak the facts, get the story, and they're leaving their own personal opinions and beliefs out of the story. They're just giving you the information and let you make the choice for yourself. But let's go ahead and continue.
They're just a staffing company that just so happen to get $100 million contracts at a time, hundreds of millions of dollars. And these people, her, Danny, Jessica Jackson, all of these people, I've actually had them on my platform and brought visibility. And I've been covering Chicago for literally multiple years. And you telling me that none of these people actually see them on the ground? Get the hell out.
And he don't care nothing. He's a dictator. He don't listen to the people. He don't care what the people want. All while raising our taxes, trying to raise our taxes, advocating, pushing, trying to raise our taxes. Do you see any one of those people I just named? Have you heard any one of them say anything? Have you heard anyone of them cover it? Have they even asked to speak to us to see what's really going on in our neighborhood and see what's going on? It's a bunch of black faces complaining about different things. Why are they not interested? You are so pro-black and you're into the black media and all that. You're for the black people. Why ain't none of y'all interested in what's really happening to the black community and what's really happening to black people? Everybody.
Like I said, and sometimes, that stuff like that, people don't want to hear it over and over because it can break your heart, and sometimes, and it gets you thinking too much that, you really, that the government or the people that you live in your community don't care for you. But
everybody covering it, everybody showing it, trying to shine a light. But no, the black media, the so-called black people who push us hard to vote for Kamala, they silence. They haven't said anything. They haven't even covered it. They haven't even talked about it. Y'all don't find that suspicious. Y'all don't find that just, hold on. These are black people. All these are black people having real black issues, going through these and going through these things in a black neighborhood. These are people who not on welfare. These people are working class, people who own their homes, and they have been stolen and taken. And you mean to tell me everybody is covering this? They are all on social media, all on X, everywhere. And you mean to tell me you all won't talk about it, won't even cover it, won't even mention it? This is what I'm telling you. They do not care about Black people. They get paid to sell you out. They know that the Democrat is not in the best interest of Black people.
They get paid big money to sell you out.
Know this, but they don't care about you. Only thing they care about is keep getting their bed, so they can take their kids and they can be and their family can be in those gated communities. Their family could go to those schools that the white kids that they tell you is racist that go to. You know, the white people that they tell you is racist, half of them live around. Their kids go to school with those white racist people. Their kids marry half of those white racist people. So the people that they keep telling you don't want you and don't vote for them and they don't care anything about you, they live around. Their kids go to school with them. They go to the parties with them. They marry them. So she is
100% on.
But these people this is who they are. They don't care about Black people. They only care about getting paid. Using the Black struggle or the Black plight. They don't care. If they did, they would be saying, hey, what's going on with y'all? Why y'all doing that to our Black community? What's going on?
And they wouldn't be holding these mayors accountable that's doing the wrong thing. Right? Right?
Talking. Hey.
And I'm going to even push it even further. I don't even think, I know who he's talking about, the Black people in the that's not doing great in these cities, but I'm going to just put it globally or just say U.S. The lower income families, Black, white, Chinese, whatever the case may be, they don't really care about them. You know, these are the families that actually make these people money and stuff like that. So whatever's lying in their pockets is going to do what they got to do. They're not talking about the struggles and stuff like that of what general Americans are facing each and every day. The struggles of paying gas, light bill, whatever the case, living paycheck to paycheck, working 2-3 jobs to even get by now since the inflation has tripled through the roof. Literally, some prices has doubled. Price of bread is doubled. You know, certain things, and they're slowly coming back down. But money is increased, so they're not talking about these stories over and over because they don't want to hear about them. They know these numbers. Remember, they do these stats and data way in advance. So of course they don't want to hear about it because they don't care about it. It was all put into place for a certain reason, for whatever the case may be. But I mean, like I say, she's on point. When Antoine's on point, they're actually cooking. Let's go ahead and finish that.
They don't care. So this is what we need to do. Not only are we putting the Democrat Party in a timeout and in the corner for about 20 to 30 years, these sellout people, we need to put them in a corner and time out for about 20 to 30 years until they realize, don't you ever play with the American citizens and don't you ever play with the Black citizens. Until you tell the truth, until you cover things that's really happening with Black people and in the Black community, if you don't want to say nothing because you don't want to say, then shut up. Don't try to get us to vote to vote our own demise. Stop doing that.
I agree 100%. And again, I've actually had her on my platform. I think,
like I say, I'm proud of Antoine for having this young lady on the platform. Hopefully, he had linked her contact info in the video, so I can go ahead and share it in this video right here, man. At the bottom in the description section, y'all see the full link for his video. And if I can find her contact information, it'll be at the bottom of it. But share your thoughts, comments, and what you feel about it. Do you know anything about the Chicago struggle that's going on? What's happening in your city itself? Is anybody addressing the problems that you're going through on your day-to-day life? Is the government, any major platforms that's passionate to you, whether they're Black, white, whatever the case may be, any of your platforms that you actually watch, are they covering the struggles of your community? That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to talk about itself. So like I said before, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in on the journey. This young lady is actually cooking. Chicago is going through it just like a lot of other cities out there. And we all have our own different problems that needs to be shed light to, but hopefully it's been a change since Trump is getting ready to be back in office. So hopefully a lot of major changes when it comes to inflation, how we make our money, how we live our day-to-day lives, interest rates, the cost of food, gas, the things that we actually need, the necessities. My prayer is for everybody. We don't want to depend on the government. We want to be self-sufficient and be able to make a living for ourselves and to provide for our family without too much government providing for us. That's the thing about being self-sufficient. But like I said before, I like Antoine for sharing this story right here. I think he's one of the first person that I seen kind of talking about it, maybe with the platform that he has. But there's a couple other people who has started talking about it besides the main people that they mentioned. They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to cover it because that's not their job. That's not what they're here to do. And that's not what they're getting paid to do. Share your comments, thoughts, and your conclusion. Hey, we want to talk. You're on the channel. Help us grow so we can get some interviews like reaching out to this young lady to talk with her one-on-one to seeing if anybody else, any changes are made going forward to it. But it's one-on-one. It's your boy, Kevin Smith. And with that, yeah.